when last we left our heroes, pirates in training,
Bumblefox,
our pirate interns, successfully absconded with mini crates of glitter spice from a ship part of Maz Kanata's pirate fleet. They conquered a Tuscan.
Plenty of strippers, I guess.
No, that was just... Listen. She wasn't a stripper. She was an exotic dancer as well. Underaged. Anyway. Overcame the crew through many clever means. Just barely was able to make your escape with the goods as the airlock rended itself from Hondo's ship. And there was even a moment of free float in the vacuum of space in which Cal used the force to pull you all in safely, and you tumbled to the deck of this hallway in Hondo's ship, and only a moment goes by before you guys kind of feel the soft jolt of you all jumping to hyperspace. But the moment is yours.
I don't want to go near spice ever again.
Historically a bad idea, yeah.
Honestly, let's just all agree not to trust pirates anymore.
I now understand how he kidnapped Jedi.
I mean, I don't know. Did he? Did he, though? Is that something he really did?
I don't know. He somehow convinced us to steal spice from another group of individuals. I'm pretty sure that man could swindle a god.
He didn't convince us to do anything. It was the other end of the deal I made. 2,000 credits and a favor, and this was the favor.
Well, let's just give him his drugs and be done with it.
Wait, hold on. Did any of you keep the stick?
What stick? The one that the Tuscan hit?
Never mind.
Would have been cultural appropriation.
That's true.
Wouldn't have allowed it in my game. No.
You know what? That's very true. We now understand the worth of those sticks thanks to the Book of Boba.
About as much as lightsabers, apparently. Very similar
tradition.
Yeah. One involves a lizard. And the other's Tuscan. No,
I'll go let Hondo know that we got... Did we get all of it, DM?
With the rolls, if I remember correctly, you got almost all of it. If
Yeah.
there was any left, it was one or two. You fit it all on the pallet. Got it.
We got enough.
We got enough. I'll be right back.
Oh, you got all of it! And Hondo appears in the hallway.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Very, very proud of you. He just walks by each and every one of you. Some of you might not have picked yourself up yet. Looks in one of the crates. Nods. Closes it with a kss. Yes, yes.
My force hurts.
That's not how the force works. At least I think. They never told me.
Well, then I guess we both learned something new about the force.
So what's the game plan now?
Speaking of, you, and he points to Cal and Ray, keep your laser swords and your blasters away from this if it's unsealed. Glitter spice is flammable.
Flammable?
Yes. Not
Good to
highly
know.
flammable. It's not going to explode, but it poof.
Will catch fire, it will make the spice worthless, yes.
There's a difference between flammable and explosive, but it's fine.
We'll be careful.
And it's not for me, even though I probably could. In a decent amount of time, use all of this spice. It's not for me. It's for our benefactor.
Have a wild fucking party. Vector?
Wait, where are we dropping this off?
Please say
Nearby.
Shere Khan.
But first, we must make repairs to the ship.
You can't just walk past the wording nearby. That was an answer to the question. Who is this for?
We're not... He's... We'll
My
find
employer.
out.
I owe him spice. There was no spice when I landed, only you. So we're making do.
Yeah.
And with this extra bit, I can become unindentured. It's the plan, anyway.
Bowed him a lot.
A good bit.
I just realized, didn't you pay her in spice?
He attempted to tip me in spice.
Yes. But not any of that crazy dust. That's those... How do they say? How do they say on Glee Handsome? gnarly.
Jesus.
Terrible.
All types of spice can go burn the molten pits of Mustafar for all I care.
Not this. He like points
Well,
at the box.
I'm not gonna look. I fulfilled my end of the bargain of the favor. I'm not gonna ruin this now. I don't like drugs.
Fair. But have you tried them?
No,
Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm not gonna. With all due respect, I'm not gonna start something that could potentially ruin my life.
Suit yourself.
I do not want addiction.
Remember, kids, Hondo says do drugs.
Hondo says be cool, do drugs. Oh, fuck.
It's the reason I don't drink either.
Cal just kind of looks at Hondo. With all due respect, she is the most responsible out of all of us. Personally, I would try the Mandalorian.
It is Brooke's turn on the brain cell for this campaign.
What about the Mandalorian?
Whoops.
What did you say?
Personally, I would try selling it to the Mandalorian.
Listen.
Justin says it's my turn with the brain cell.
Look, no, we're not gonna put someone who's had some bad times in trauma on drugs. That just sounds like a bad recipe for disaster.
There's a pause, and she just looks at Ash, and then goes, "Yes, yeah, never, shouldn't do that. Yep."
Am I gonna have to break out a fucking PowerPoint presentation?
Nix is gonna lean over to Raestra. Do you ever get rid of those death sticks?
Shut up. Not here, not now.
Oh, you want death sticks?
I've had someone try to sell me death sticks once.
Went home and rethought his life.
It's just, oh my god. Sorry, that made me picture the anti-drug Jedi, like, PowerPoint is just like, mind trick them. Tell them to go home. Rethink their life. It's just like part of the dogma of the training.
He was nice.
Wait,
otherwise.
isn't it canon that he actually did go home
Yes.
and rethink his life?
Yeah, he finished his degree, became a doctor, yeah.
Good for Sleaze Vagino. Good for him.
So, how long are we gonna be in hyperspace?
Not very long, actually. We
stand him in with a redemption arc. I'm sorry, go on.
he swirls his hand in the air. He's like, we need to make repairs, and then we make this drop off. And I assure you, he puts like a hand over his heart. After that, after your aid in that quest, I will take you wherever you desire to go.
Thank you. Is it the fucking compressors again? I thought I fixed those.
Well, no, it's the engines. We, set off controlled explosives near them.
We did
That's
do
true.
that.
Yeah, we
We need the engines in tip-top shape. He's turned as he says that with a finger in the air, and is walking to the bridge. You all probably follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take off my helmet and follow.
The Gungan at one of the stations says, "Boss, we think we'll stop in the Kuvoric system." Hondo pauses, puts a hand to his chin. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't think he'll mind as long as we don't approach. Just a few moments later, kind of out the viewpoint port, the spiral blue stretches into stars for a split second, and then you guys... It appears as if you come to a halt, but you don't actually. You just exit hyperspace. And it's rather bright, because here in the Kuvoric system, it has almost nothing except a couple of large moon rocks and 3 massive stars scarily close to each other, kind of in a weird... Like the center of an atom, the diagrams of the center of an atom.
So yeah, concerningly close to one another.
Well, there's a little bit of space. Like, take that, stretch it out a little, but that's kind of the configuration that they are in. And one is a lot oranger than the other. One is a lot redder, and it's kind of, even though there is protection here, it's hard to not feel a little hot as you're this kind of oppressive. And it even, when you're in your car and you can hear and feel the wind a little, when the wind really picks up, there's a level of that because of the radiation solar winds. As well, we need to repair, and you're better than anyone I can muster. And he points at Ash.
Alright, just tell me where to go and I'll get right to it.
Engine room is at the bottom, near the storage.
Back down the stairs I go!
Nyx will follow to help and lend a hand.
All right.
Raestra goes nowhere near it. She knows her track record with destroying tech.
Does Cal want to stay near the bridge as well?
Cal's not really gonna mess with tech because he's not a tech guy.
It's true. A 2-on-2 split. This
I'm
is
more of a
fine.
spiritual person.
He is.
I'm more of a pray the problem away. It works sometimes.
The Force will fix the engine. That's what it does. That's how the Force works.
If it's the will of the Force, then we will succeed. If not, we'll blow up.
I mean, through Ash, technically.
So we'll start with Ash and Nyx. First of all, make yourself a technology check.
Cool.
Gotcha.
General
I'll make the
overall.
technology check.
Or you can help Ash, whichever you desire.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm gonna use my I'm bonus action help Ash, or
You
use
can
my
bonus
action to help Ash.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say,
Temporary boots.
you're the type that can bonus action help?
Wah!
No.
Ooh, that's nice. How do you like for a sexy 28?
That is pretty sexy. You this thing has a kind of a twin engine deal, and you kind of get between them, look around. You can see the blast marks from the controlled explosions. A little bit of wiring got exposed, a little bit of panel was blown off. Not nearly as bad as what the explosions look like, which was the intention. But you feel like you easily get the wires back where they need to be, find a nice replacement plate, solder it on. Technically more sturdy than it was, since the replacement plate looks a little less worn.
Does this count as a short rest?
Yeah, I was about to say that exactly what I was about to say. It does take some time. This is just physical labor that, takes concerted and time-consuming effort. So yes, I'll say it counts as a short rest. It's about
Does Ash
an
get the
hour.
short rest
Close
or no?
enough. Do you need it?
I mean,
You'll get all your crap back. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's how tech casters work.
Um,
With a 28, you get into...
I worked on this ship like only a couple days prior.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, only because the 28's very, very high, you get into a flow very quickly, and it counts as downtime for this instant, I'll say.
Yeah, I rolled good.
So everyone does technically get a short rest. That's an hour, but that time is yours. So I just described how you can successfully do it, but that does take an hour, so flavor that however you wish.
Yeah. Nyx gets to watch. This is the first time Nyx really gets to see Ash get into a flow. It's very much like a one-track mind kind of hyperfixation sort of thing. And there is this, it'd be weird to call it elegant, but it's almost memorizing to watch as, without even missing a beat. Ash just seems to know where the problems are, aside from, the obvious. And she's just, fixing bits one after another, like it was nothing.
Nyx will kind of chuckle and he'll speak up while she's working. You remind me of my brother.
Which one? I would imagine you had a lot of them.
More than I could count, but the ones I was close with, my squad. Index. He was kind of the brains of the group. He knew the ins and outs of almost every single thing that was part of our army.
I would hope so. That sounds like a useful skill to have.
It was. Bit of a snob, though. Very much a stickler for the rules. Didn't really like my way of fighting.
Hopefully I'm not coming off as a snob.
Nah. Hey, I got a question for you.
Sure.
What's your goal in all of this?
You mean
I mean, up until recently, you didn't really have a horse in this race, but now you're setting up deals with pirates and repairing ships and stealing spice, all to get a couple of outcasts off of Coruscant.
Well, big picture, the only reason I came to Coruscant was I wanted to make a name for myself, but you don't make a name for yourself being a mechanic. Not in the slightest, it's not what the Empire values. I don't know. Maybe call it wishful thinking? I mean, you guys are the first real people I've ever had any semblance of a connection with. We're all kind of bumblefucks in our own way, and I just saw an opportunity to have friends, and I took it, I suppose. And after, going through all this, I certainly wasn't anticipating parlaying with pirates and going after spies. Lord knows I hate every second of that we're doing this, but...
And finding out you can wield the Force.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that, by the way?
I don't know. To be honest, like, when you were fighting that thing, that Trandoshan, I kind of panicked. And that just kind of happened, and I rarely go off of instinct.
Well, your instinct saved both Ray and I.
She'll take a second, and she'll put, like, the soldering iron, I guess, down. And, she looks down at her hands, and it's just like, I don't know if I should cultivate this. I don't know if I should shove it down and lock it up somewhere very far away. I don't know.
Take it from me. Someone who's very rarely had a choice to make for himself. What you do with that, it's ultimately up to you. But I don't think you should ignore it. That ability that you have is just as much as part of you as being able to do all of this. And he gestures to how well Ash has done fixing the ship.
I might have to have a conversation with Cal later. And hopefully we can just, once we drop this spice off and Hondo takes us to Shere-Khan, maybe my mentor can provide some insight. I don't even know if he knows anything about the Force, but he's certainly old enough. Right? Like...
Well, here's the thing. Asking people only gets you their opinions. Ultimately, the decision should be made because you're the one making it.
I mean, yeah, but it's so new. It's not unwise to get, a second opinion so I can be more informed about what decision to make for myself.
No, yeah, I don't disagree. I'm just saying, pursue it because you think it's the thing to pursue.
I'm just not even sure if it's worth pursuing at the moment. I'm not sure if I can just... I'm not even sure if I can just tap into it whenever I want.
Well, you did a pretty good job back on Coruscant. I think it comes more naturally to you than you think.
Maybe? I don't know. First there was Cal talking in my head, and then there was that, and now I just... Why now? Why is it surfacing up now? I'm 26. This feels like something that should have appeared a lot sooner.
Well, how long were you on Coruscant?
A year? Year at most, maybe?
Maybe the only reason why it's showing up now is because you never needed it before.
Maybe.
The reason why I mentioned asking if there were any, old Jedi temples on your planet is because, genuinely, I think the three of you will learn a lot from it if we can find one. I've heard stories of Jedi going to meditate in old temples and stuff like that, and coming out with, fantastic battle strategies, unveiling a weakness, I don't know.
I mean, hopefully we can find one at some point, if we can. I come from a mining planet. If there was going to be one on my planet, they would have found it by now.
Yeah.
At least I
From
think
what
they
I've heard,
would've.
those things are good at hiding.
Maybe. I don't know. You'll see when we get there. It wouldn't be a terrible spot for one, but I thought, it feels like it would have been found by now, but we'll just have to see. I guess I would like some answers, but I just don't know where I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
Hope so.
He'll stand up after lending her a hand and, Alright, I'm gonna go see what kind of kitchen this place has.
Probably not a very extensive one. Don't just be prepared for disappointment.
I'm always prepared for disappointment.
It's one with lots of spice.
So much spice.
You spice. As you take a step forward, Nyx, you bump the edge of the other engine, and that sends the coupling between two pipes just loose enough that some steam is getting out. It's like,
Oh, fuck! God damn it!
But Ash is easily able to fix it after that scare.
Sorry.
Ray and Cal, what are you doing?
I don't know what she'd be doing right now.
What's her usual waiting,
Anyways, his name was Douge Bagano, and,
Really? That's unfortunate. I feel like his parents kind of set him up for failure there.
oh, well, just wait until you hear about his brother Dick.
Mm.
Can Silver do this all day? Yes, he can.
Dick Bagano.
every time I'm worried about the stupid names that either a generator or I put together with sounds, then I remember that Star Wars, in literally the most recent project by the great Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, has a major player named something Thwip. And I'm just like, this is fine. This is just how Star Wars is.
That's really just it. I don't know what to tell you. Congrats.
Hondo is sitting on his throne chair, and he's tapping his fingers on the arm. Go ahead and make insight checks. Cal, you have advantage.
Yay!
Yeah. Because
It's
you're
the
a
dice tower.
special water octopus man.
Ooh, I like my special water octopus man. He did really well. I got a 21, by the way.
Perception, you said?
Insight.
Insight, yeah.
Insight. No, it's the same modifier, so not like it fucking matters.
Really good, I bet.
You'd sure be surprised. Huh, well, it doesn't matter, because it rolled a non-natural 20, so that's good, I guess.
Cool. Both of you notice for different reasons that this is a man veiling his anxiety. Cal, you're used to it, because Jedi Masters just become good at this. Ray, for lots of reasons, you're used to people like this.
Are you alright?
2 more, like, finger taps happen before he goes... He pauses, and then looks to you. Oh, yes, yes. I'm just... thinking. In fact, why don't you make yourself useful? You can take the spice from the cart, put it in the hold, and put 1 crate into one of our crates, our special crates. They're easier to handle.
Okay.
Okay.
She shrugs and goes to help.
I do detect some anxiety from you, however. You didn't put yourself in a bad position with this deal, have you? I wouldn't ask if it wasn't our neck on the line, too.
I detect some anxiety. That's some neat trick. That sense of... Sorry.
If you've met Master Kenobi, like you said you have, you would not be unfamiliar with it.
The anxiety, me. I am the most easygoing man you've ever met. I know this to be true. If you're worried about what's ahead of us, don't be. Hondo has everything under control.
Hondo has plot armor.
Raestra kind of just... not the most.
Oh god, what's his name? Hold on, I know, oh god, that one Jedi that bagged Asajj.
Oh, Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss.
Cal just turns to Raestra, Quinlan Voss.
No, I was thinking of Rael Averross, but yeah.
No, you weren't. Not canon. You never met the man or heard of him.
I'll fist fight you. The best Jedi.
Well, that's out of character, yes. I have...
Out of character, correct,
But, however, there's some canon being written in the stone, and no, you haven't. Haven't even heard of the man.
Fine.
Timeline isn't right.
Take away my fun.
Take away my connection to the best Jedi.
Do you trust your dungeon master?
No,
the answer
but it
should
be
be
fine.
yes. Anyway,
With how much that we have managed, with how much that you've given us, yeah, I kind of have to.
Yeah. So you go into the hallway where you left the cart, kind of straighten a few of the... One box did topple over, you straighten it all on, and now that you're not under time pressure, you can just casually push the cart over to where the stairs... Well, there's stairs off to the side on the bridge. You can, like, just set the kind of dolly over the edge and let it slowly float down, and then you follow it down the stairs. And you can even open the little hold, the cargo hold where you guys were hanging out before, and there are the empty boxes that the spice he was supposed to be picking up was going to be in, and you do as he says. The glitter spice is in packages, but as you pass by, he told you to take them out of the packages and put them in the container loose.
I will.
As will I.
Carefully.
The timing of this is a little awkward because like an hour, but whatever. We'll say. Well, actually, one of the you wanted to look at the Messniks.
Yes, I did.
It's small and grungy, just like the like small restaurant ones. That's like basically like a thin hall, and on either side of you are cooking apparatus. It's like that.
Yeah. Does it look maintained or ignored?
It's used and maintained to like the minimum level of usability. Like I said, it's got a grunge to it.
Minimal viable product.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gonna check the fridges.
It's not fridge. Didn't you look it up, Brooke? Yeah.
Yeah, it's conservators.
The conservators, yeah.
Fine. I look at the conservator. Christ.
Star Wars canon sucks, and this pain was made to be shared.
When I write my Star Wars fanfiction, I constantly have to go on to Wikipedia to know if tissues are canon.
Apples are canon.
Thank
as
God.
Are lots of fruit. As are lots of fruit. There's basically packs of rations, like astronaut food. With
Can
Hold
I
on, I'm
roll?
thinking. What would you like to roll for?
Can I roll a D100 just to see
for
like
loot?
the quality
Yes.
of
Go
yeah.
right ahead.
For food
This will
loot.
help me decide a few things because I was mulling something over. This will make
All
it.
right. I'm gonna roll a D100. Here we go.
Hit me with it.
Oh no. 19.
19. Yeah, just diminishing supply of packets of a single flavor of like space rations.
He's gonna close that. He's gonna check the cupboards for like
with
preserves.
a 19, there is a sort of exotic looking, kind of like a dragon fruit thing, but it is worse for wear. It's moldy.
How do these men not have fucking scurvy?
They've eaten it all already. The tail end of one of their hops.
There go lots of flotsam. Florum.
So it's just a
Florum.
bunch of like space. It's basically just a bunch of space rations, right?
Yeah, and one rotten exotic fruit that you
Which
imagine
I
was for
immediately
Hondo.
throw in the bin.
Okay, helpful. The Gungan is like, my science experiment.
It's going right in the trash.
Nick's being
That is a hazard.
compulsive chef is just the best thing ever.
Do you do anything else? Sorry.
I was gonna say I've been broken by Five Nights at Freddy's. I can't hear the word exotic in terms of food and not immediately exotic butters.
Exotic butters.
It's true.
Exotic
It
butters.
is very true. Exotic butters.
My exotic butters.
Nyx will. I guess he's gonna. I guess he's just gonna prep some of these rations.
All right.
Are these like MREs?
In essence, yes. They're
All right.
Well, not quite as complicated as MREs because it's also like astronaut food. Like astronaut food's not made to be like taken out and prepared. You're supposed to just be able to eat it.
Like ration sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah. But there is a level of a little bit of both. It's not quite it's not going to have a dessert, a side, and a. But it's not just a mesh of one thing. There's a little bit to work with here.
So is it like South Korean MREs? Is it American MREs? Or is it Russian MREs?
It's none of the above. Like I said, there's a little bit of similarity. There's a little bit of variety, but they're not just sticks of one thing. but
I'm
it's
just
not to the
I
level of
say
an
that
MRE.
in like quality wise.
Oh, I forgot which one was which, if I'm being honest. Not Korean, definitely.
According to the person who would know, vis-a-vis my dad, he said that
American.
American MREs are actually not bad. He's like, there's one or two of them that are just inedible, but the rest of them are actually pretty good.
They suffice. So I imagine you want to like throw something together, Nix?
Yeah, Nix is absolutely going to throw something together.
What did we establish for a cooking check? Because I remember we did this once.
Oh, shit. I forget. I should have wrote it down.
You're proficient with cooking tools.
Yes.
So you get to add your proficiency bonus. It's just basically what modifier we think would be best. Some people say
Dex?
charisma.
Yeah.
I think that's pretentious. Cooking is following instructions. So make an argument for me. Do you wisdom, dex, or int?
I would say Dex primarily. Just to make sure, because here's the thing, when Nix cooks, yes, he wants to create something that's good, but he is not trying to make something look pretty.
That's true. So this is how we will do this. You are trying to, from scratch, make some things that are not intended in the way that they are not intended. You're trying to pretty up these MREs. So I'll do a wisdom cooking check and then a dex cooking check for the execution. Does that sound fair? Yeah.
I keep thinking about that fucking Sarah Shower vine of the like, I'm so bad. It's a recipe, yeah. It's literally step-by-step instructions, yeah. So what you really mean is you can't read.
Yeah.
All right. So for the what am I rolling first? Am I rolling wisdom or dex?
Yeah, roll the wisdom first to parse together in your head what you're going to do with these, how you're going to combine them, what spices you're going to use.
Oh god, that number is consistent. Okay.
But you do get to add your proficiency because this is a cooking check and you're using cooking tools.
Right. Okay. So that's a flat 10.
All right. Now a dexterity cooking check.
All right, here we go. Okay. So dexterity, something I'm far more proficient with.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10 again.
Literally the most edible, passable. Could not.
It'll do.
You were
It'll
like, maybe with the this and the this, and you wound up just making like kind of.
I made MREs with seasoned salt on top.
Yeah, like stir fry MRE. Like it's hard to do that wrong, but like there's really nothing special about it. It just tastes like mixed MREs.
Hold on,
which isn't.
I know what he
revolting. Enlighten me.
He made that
flame roasted toast.
Flame roasted toast from Final Fantasy 15 gives you a slight attack boost.
Yes. Anyway, yes, the most passable meal. There's nothing great about it, but it's not disgusting.
Yeah, I'll step out and I'll pass the food to whomever wants it.
Yeah, at this point, Ash is done, and she's like stepping out into the hold because you need to go through the hold, and Nix and Cal are done loading the spice into the special crate, to the special delivery crate, which what he said does track. The crate does have better handles. It's about the size and shape of a portal cube, but it has nice like divot handles like a ice chest does.
Ash just walks by Dix coming up from the stairs and just after she wipes out her hands without even looking, just like takes the equivalency of like a piece of toast and just puts it in her mouth.
And he puts a tray in her hand. Eat your food.
I'm gonna eat. I took it to eat it.
Yeah, not just toast. You take the whole meal.
Fine.
But how can I be an anime girl?
Fine, Earl.
At least I made myself laugh. I'm having a good time.
I enjoyed my joke.
I thought I got away from people telling me how to eat to eat properly.
Yeah, well, congrats. You're stuck with another one. At least it's not just me.
I mean, I eat food. I'm not picky. I just forget sometimes.
What spices do you have?
Salt and pepper.
Can you pass the pepper?
I already got you covered.
Actually, Nix, you did find a container. Like, you had to open a cupboard for it, and it was kind of behind a few things, but there's a container of dubious contents. It's one of the, because, you know, this might just be a southern thing, but we will repurpose spice containers with a mixture of what we desire and like take the label off, and then just like that's what we rub on our ribs
That's
before
it.
we so
That's what congrats, by the way. It's not just a Southern thing. My dad
Yeah.
does that as well.
yeah.
Just
So it's
what's in here? That's it. What the fuck does that mean, Dad? It's it. That's the rib stuff. What
Yeah,
What
exactly.
is it? I don't fucking know. What the fuck do you mean you don't know?
it's a mixture.
Anyway,
I have no idea.
But yeah,
I picked
you
up
did
so
find
many,
that.
I picked up so many aromas with this. I know it's not spice drugs, but it's definitely not something
I'll try
I'm
that.
familiar with.
Ash's food crimes
Alright,
is that she
there you go.
forgets to eat, not that she doesn't. Not that she's picky.
Cal's food crimes is, would you like a little bit of food with your spice?
Speaking of Cal, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay! Saving throws. I love knowing I'm going to die. That's a +1. 16!
16.
Hooray!
It is finally something properly spicy.
Whew!
You alright?
That's perfect. Yes, I'm... Oh. Finally, I can be happy.
You'll probably get more of that when we get back to Shere-Khan.
Alright.
We got a lot of minerals.
Enjoy, I guess.
Nix, if you
Grab
take the
that.
bottle back from him and like give it a sniff, it is so pungent it like clears your sinuses.
What is this? What is this?
Ash will give
Hondo
it a
likes
sniff.
his stuff spicy.
Smells like home.
What? I'm gonna hold it in front of our pirate captain. What is this?
Oh, you're gonna march up to Hondo.
What is this?
So actually, I was playing at this moment anyway. So you all finish eating and kind of march up the stairs. And when you do, Hondo is in his chair, and there is a holo projector. He's in a holo call with someone, but you appear to have caught him right at the end. He's saying his salutations, and you just catch the figure there back to you of a humanoid being portrayed in the light blue, but it kind of fades
Vision.
away when he hits the. Nix doesn't even care. He march up. He's like, "What is this?
What the hell is this?
You found my stash.
What is your
You
stash?
didn't
What
eat
is
any,
this?
did you?
I didn't. Is this spice?
It was very delicious.
No, it's spices.
Okay.
The cooking kind or the snorting kind?
No, it's for food.
Okay,
It's
good.
spicy.
Yeah.
It's from. Give just a moment. I'll randomly generate a fun.
I do believe we would know if it were the drug at this point.
Yeah, you'd be on. Something would have been happening to you. Although maybe Nautians are just really good, have a high spice tolerance. I don't know.
I like
Cal's
it.
absolutely the kind of person who could just rip a bong and go, I'm not feeling it.
These edibles ain't shit.
This edibles ain't shit, and he means it.
And it's true, and they're not.
It's got the finest ground pepper from Alderaan and
Oh.
flecks of Eric peppers from.
Justin, quick question.
Montana.
Alderaan still exists right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are in.
Okay.
Not until we enter ABY does Alderaan not exist. The Battle of Yavin
Right,
is
right,
where
right,
Alderaan.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
We're in
okay,
BBY.
all right. I just wanted to confirm that was a thing.
We're in
Yeah, I
Basin
briefly
4.
forgot
Abby.
as well. Oh, you got the good shit then.
I did not invite you to help yourself of my stash, but given it was only a little, I will not hold a grudge. Put it back though. He gives you a stern look.
I
All right.
am going to have to probe you for where I can find more of those. Because that is delicious.
Well, I had to gather the ingredients myself and grind it up. Like I said, Eric peppers, ground pepper from Alderaan, and a few other secret things.
Well, you're going to have to tell me those secret things. I want this perfected.
Look, Cal, I got something similar back home. I can hook you up.
Oh, very well.
But secrets are for keeping, not sharing.
All right, well, Mr. Secrets, where are we going anyway?
Ah, yes. I've just made the arrangements, and everything is fixed. They had already, the men had already been running the diagnostics, and Weequay gives him a big thumbs up. All right, then punch in the coordinates, and the Gungan is busy, and it does not take him long as you guys are speaking. For you guys, the ship turns, it goes up and points like above the suns, and then you guys, the stars stretch, and then the swirling blue tunnel of hyperspace. It's not far. We will be meeting my benefactor above a planet on his yacht.
And who is this benefactor? If you don't mind my asking.
He drums his hand on his side of his seat. You'll know when you meet him. He loves pomp and circumstance.
DM, I have a question.
Yeah.
Due to the events of the last couple days and what Hondo has said specifically, would Ash be smart enough to put two and two together to be like, oh wait, we're visiting Crimson Dawn?
You can roll if you would like. You do have the pieces, so roll an intelligence check if you would like.
Can I give myself temporary boost?
Guidance.
If you're in a moment being like deciding to think, sure.
Yeah. Just a regular intelligence check?
Investigation or insight. The only thing that I think would apply is insight.
My insight's +4. I mean, that's 10.
That or lore.
It's 12 then. But I also have, I have been rolling consistently well relating to drug-based checks. So that's a 12 total. I rolled a 6 on the die with a 2 from my...
I mean, it's not hard. It's only been days.
It's only been a couple days. I did roll really well on, like, some spiced shit, and I think
Events
Hondo...
are fuzzy, but, like, Nyx did share that the gang is Crimson Dawn. They are the ones that had glitter spice. They were manufacturing the drugs. Like, you don't even need to put this together. That's you saw Hondo.
And didn't like Ziegler or something mention him running shit for Crimson Dawn as well?
I think so.
So I think Ash had all the pieces, and
but
so
you didn't. Did anyone roll lore checks on Crimson Dawn? I think Nyx did.
I did roll lore check, but I don't think I rolled well.
Yeah.
I don't remember if Ash rolled well on that either, but I feel like
I rolled well enough to know who they are.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's what we got. So if you could like say out loud, it's got to be Crimson Dawn, right, or something.
Oh,
and then,
God!
It can come together.
Listen, if we're giving drugs to Crimson Dawn, I would rather you just say it.
It's got to be Crimson Dawn. All the pieces line up.
I mean, yes, that's what I was picking up for them. Their little secret cute operation on Coruscant. They needed a top-tier smuggler to get through all the hullabaloo.
Yeah, that's... I really wish you'd told us this sooner.
What would that have changed?
It's fine. It'll be fine. We're just gonna drop it off, and then we're gonna go. We just helped pick up the remainder of the shipment, and we're not. You're clearly the face of the operation, so we're just not gonna say anything, and you're gonna we'll give it, and then we'll be on our way.
Exactly. But and he spreads his legs, bends his knees, and leans forward on them. Because I like you all. I'll tell you two things. The man that runs the operations of Crimson Dawn. He appears pleasant like me. Don't let that fool you. He's a scary individual. Ruthless. And when we get there, on the bottom floor, they will confiscate your weapons. He just doesn't like unpleasantries in his yacht. Fortunately for us, there's no party going on. Otherwise, we'd be stuck for a while. I would enjoy it, but his parties are lame.
Too hoity-toity?
For my taste.
What are the chances that I can hide my lightsaber? It is rather small.
Weapons do have the hidden feature. They can. I don't think Shoto lightsabers do, though.
No, they do.
My gauntlets
do. Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
Yes, they do.
Then, yes. Okay. That means, if I remember correctly, you have advantage on sleight of hand checks to hide them on your person.
Yeppo.
All right.
What's a time frame?
Only a little bit longer. He's in the area. I'm not sure why he's
out of game. Just in how long?
Literally, probably like another short rest's worth. Jesus.
Okay. Nyx is going to take a deep breath and sigh. Do you have any paints?
Well, sorry. Anybody you guys used up resources and somebody took a few hits, if I remember correctly. I'm stupid. It's a long rest's worth. I shouldn't do that. I was just thinking in universe, but in game,
You're good.
You guys should get a long rest before you try this.
Well, yeah, fair
Hooray.
enough. Yeah, he's gonna look to Hondo and ask, "Do you guys have any paints for like armor or ships or anything?"
No, I don't think so. Why do you ask?
We had a run-in with the Crimson Dawn while we were on Coruscant.
Yeah, we did. We did do that.
We did do
Ash is looking at both of you like you're dumbasses.
I would listen. This is the Crimson Dawn. All cards should be on the fucking table with this one.
Did they see you with your mask off?
No, but they could recognize my armor because I left one of them alive.
What, like, they gotta still be on Coruscant. The likelihood of some low-level grunts peons being at the big man ship is highly unlikely, right?
No, but if they're good soldiers, they gave a very thorough report about what happened, and probably had some descriptions, especially on,
Do you
well,
have spare armor?
look at gestures to Raestra.
Yeah.
Then you should have killed her.
Why
Why did you leave a loose end?
Because I don't like killing people who are unarmed. Okay?
Aldo puts a hand up and forward, and then raises a finger waggle. I thought it so. The galaxy is too small. You were the ones. You were the reason why I had no drugs to pick up. No matter. Water under the bridge. But she's right. You should have killed her.
To be fair, it wasn't our intention to stop the spice thing. We just wanted to get a girl back that they took.
A noble cause. Rescue. I've done a few of those myself. And then we're compensated after, but...
Idea. Do you have spare armor that could be borrowed, Mr. Onaka?
I have spare armor, but the problem is, I need to be able to paint it in order for it to at very least look like it was repurposed.
I mean, can't you just borrow Raestra's cloak again?
It's not me I'm trying to hide, it's her. And he points at Raestra.
Oh, is that it?
She just kind of crosses her arms, like, yeah.
Cal's gonna take off his Jedi robe. Here you go.
Well, see, the thing about that, she then proceeds to put it on and it doesn't cover her shin guards. Yeah.
Could always take the armor off.
At least the shin guards.
There is a poignant silence.
Alright.
Like, she didn't even hear him. Like, it wasn't even remotely an option.
No offense, Hondo, but you have better luck getting a pearl from a crate dragon.
He does the sideways, but fair enough nod.
On a scale of 1 to, I don't know, 10, how likely are we going to be immediately fucked but when we step on foot on that yacht?
If we're smart...
She's like, it's also, in fairness, kind of hard to hide. And she just gestures to herself. Like she isn't 6'3" and jacked.
And if she got a beat on me, like, I'm not a common sight.
Basically, Hondo, we need disguises if you want us to do this.
Do we even need to go? Do we need to be there?
Nyx was gonna look around at his crew and kind of... I think we do. No offense.
But as a favor. Unless you're going to go back on your word.
No. Never.
Nyx will remember that.
Ash likes to keep her word. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's not a bad thing.
Man, if only Raestra didn't have feet.
I feel like this was Fire Emblem Awakening.
Raestra just kind of shrugs and she's like, I'll be fine.
Now that's the attitude I like to see. We are conducting this. If things go wrong, then it's not wrong if we were ready for it.
Well, since weapons generally aren't really allowed, Cal's gonna pull out the pistol that Nyx gave him and is just gonna, I guess, hand it to someone, anyone, dear God, anyone.
You will not give my pistol to one of them. He just takes it, holsters it.
I follow my code of honor, and I just have to hope that in this galaxy there are scoundrels out there that still do. So I follow this through, and if bad things happen, then we cut ties.
Can you make me one promise, Mr. Onaka?
He just, like, raises his head a little at you.
If things go to shit, and they probably will, can you promise not to leave us behind?
Now, why would I ever do that? You are my escort. It's the value you're bringing.
I mean, it's your ship, everything. I just wanted to cover my bases. We're keeping our end of the deal, and you do seem like a man of honor to hold up the end of yours.
Let me roll something. Dice.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh.
Vibe check this man.
For the record, I
Your
did
vibe
say
check?
that. Did I say he seems like the type to hold up the end of his? In
Yeah.
case, because I did speak that kind of quietly just to double make sure.
Yeah.
I'm vibe checking this.
I will also vibe check this if I need to.
Go right ahead.
Alright. 22.
Raestra, what did you roll?
13.
13?
I also rolled 13.
With a 13, it's hard to tell. This man is quite inscrutable. With what you rolled, Cal, I'll say track record, the way he's talking, and even reaching a little bit into the Force. You feel like when he says he's a man that follows his code, that he's not bullshitting when he says that. Like he's not pontificating or blowing smoke.
I wonder what me prompting made you roll though. That's what I'm curious about.
No, I was rolling. I think there might be a little bit of fate.
Mr. Onaka,
Yes.
I look forward to working with you again in the future.
Hey. He not finger guns, but double points. I like you, Jedi. We will figure this out. Hondo has everything under control.
All right. Well, in the meantime, Nyx is going to take this opportunity to go in the back and modify his armor a little bit, just to look a little less conspicuous. You may not have paint on this ship, but I'm going to assume there's grease of some kind.
No,
there's
I
fucking
rolled
plenty.
a D100 now that everything's been laid out, and it doesn't take you long. You find a little bit of green paint that was for the outside of ships, but you think it will serve your purposes. Or actually, sorry, it would be like silvery. It would be because if it was for his ships, it would, yeah.
Sick. Nyx will take that, and if there's like a spare, like not a cloak, but maybe a half cloak somewhere, like something that can go over the shoulders and the head.
You find a cloth.
That'll work.
It's not made for that yet.
Then Nyx is going to start painting. If he can find, if there's enough for him to be able to paint his clone armor, he'll do it. He's just gonna start painting like intricate designs along the armor, scuff it in a cup, like actually scuff it. This is the first time anybody is seeing him like purposely damage his own armor, but he's going to purposely scuff it in a couple of places to make it look like it's been like poorly maintained. He's gonna throw on the clone armor after it's done, and he's gonna put his helmet on and then the scarf around the helmet to kind of make it look kind of like, I don't know. Nyx is basically attempting to look as intimidating and don't fuck with as possible.
Cool.
Basically, he's trying to emulate Raestra.
Go ahead and make a
Artist,
dex
you're
check.
Raestra.
Just a dex check. If you were proficient in disguise kits, you would have proficiency, but you're attempting to put together a disguise with dexterity.
So that'll be a 16.
16? It looks alright.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Cool.
Quite nice.
Awesome.
Quite nice.
All right, neat.
Dude, clone armor with silvery splats. I like the thought. Artists, get on it. Artists. No, I'm kidding.
Artists!
Particularly
AKA the other
Heaton.
two people in this chat that are artists.
Heaton, get on that.
I was about to say artists get on it, and by that they mean artists get on it, says our DM.
Heaton and Brooke.
Eyes with Brooke and I. Yes, yes.
At this point, we don't know. We could get fans that draw fan art.
That's
God, I
true.
hope so.
We could.
Though I won't demand fan art. That's crappy. That's a
God, if we get
That's
fan
an
art, I think I
unpleasant
could die
thing to do.
happy.
Yeah, I'll die happy if I get fan art of Nyx.
I will simply cry.
Indeed. What preparations is everyone else making? You have been warned about. Your weapons will be checked at the door.
I'm gonna leave my weapons here. They're not. They will not be taking that.
Lemmy will guard them. He'll be a good boy and guard them.
A thought occurs that I cannot trust Hondo Onaka as far as I can throw him. I will take them. I don't trust him.
And you'll check them. Yeah.
Nyx is also going to take his blaster, and he will turn over his blasters when asked. However, I will say ahead of time that I'm going to attempt to take my knucklers
and conceal them.
Attempt to hide my knucklers.
Go ahead and make that sleight of hand check and make note of it then.
I will give you a temporary boost in a bardic inspiration. If we're having a long rest over this period anyway, I'll just get them back.
What's your
It's still
the die?
It's still a D4,
Well,
but you would get 2d4 to this.
I would like to insert a level of fairness. You can't hide something on your person and then sleep and then be cool. You guys should probably do that in the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will try and hide the saber, but I won't hide anything else.
All right. So, you want me to make my roll tomorrow then?
Yeah, but we're hand waving the long rest. Unless anyone else has really anything they want to do. This is the long rest, the preparation.
I am going to try and hide my saber.
So, Kalshin, you were also gonna attempt to conceal your lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay, I have my roll.
So Kalshin, you should roll sleight of hand with advantage. Make note of the number. Ray, I also for the sake of fairness, the way your lightsaber is designed, it's to be part of the shield and also to have the hilt of a gladiator sword. You can't just stick that somewhere.
Well, it can come out.
Yeah, of course. But it's still, even when it's out, it's the handle of a cavalier sword, which is not.
Damn, you sure are right. Fuck.
So, would you like it to be impossible or to roll sleight of hand with disadvantage to try and conceal it?
I'll roll sleight of hand with disadvantage. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
I think it should be hard, but given that if it was part of the shield physically, then I would say impossible. But it comes out and it's fairly small because it's only meant to be wielded in one hand. So I think it should be disadvantage. I think I should be able to try.
I will allow it.
All right, bing bong.
Make that roll and tell me this one, just for
temporary boost. Add a D4.
Okay. That's not too bad. 11?
I believe Cal and Ash, your passive perception's higher than that.
Yeah, hold on.
So she's like, I'm ready, and you can see it just sticking out her back.
All right,
her back belt.
That's not gonna work. They're gonna see that instantly. Is there anything I can do to help with that? I mean, I'm not proficient in sleight of hand, but
you already tried. So,
I mean, I gave her temporary boost, I guess.
Yeah. That's about all that can be done in a situation. Like I said,
Can I try to help her?
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
I am actually, in fact, proficient with sleight of hand. In fact, I rolled a 27 on mine.
Okay, so I will allow you to turn the disadvantage into not disadvantage, but she has to roll again and would need another temporary boost if she wanted another D4.
I can do that.
Okay.
But this is all you get. Let it never be said.
Soon we'll get to watch Justin just talk to himself for 5 minutes and it'll be great.
Fancy Aladdin set doesn't have tips. I don't know how to feel about that. The D4s don't have tips.
Aw.
Well, it means they're not fucking caltrops, which is good.
Yeah, that's true.
17.
17? Well, that's higher than anyone here's passive perception except, Hondo.
Well, I can't see it. I think you fixed it.
Before he does it, she's like, I swear to God, if you touch anything, I'll kill you.
Don't worry, it'll be in a more concealed spot. And he's actually what he's going to do is that he's going to take the lightsaber handle and he's going to find a spot underneath the gauntlet and slide it in.
Cool. It's tight. You can, like, feel it there, and you don't have full range of motion in that wrist, but it'll have to do.
Nice.
Alright, that was a 17, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Keep note of it. I will as well, but just in case one of us forgets.
Okay.
I have taken note of my roll. It is very good.
Okay. Any other things anyone desires to do? Do say.
I mean, Ash doesn't care much about her blaster rifle and light pistol and vibro dagger. She doesn't necessarily need it. So she'll just, like, leave them with Lemmy, and Lemmy's gonna guard them with his life.
Indeed.
Down when we're hanging out. Our spot.
So, you guys go up to the bridge. Hondo greets you boisterously, but you can see out the viewpoints, like, ports, like, he's barely done greeting you when you guys are back in real space. And, it's quite a bit darker in this, where you have emerged. There is a few planets in view, one kind of to your left, but then another is kind of taking up a lot of your view ahead of you, and it's like a icy blue. And hovering above it, pretty much the only thing hovering above it, that's why it's really hard to miss, is a narrow, tall ship. It's kind of like the hilt of a sword or a dagger. It's also like a wing. If you had, like, just the wing of a propelled flight machine, turned it upright, that's the shape of this thing. It's kind of a grayish black for most of it, with not intricate gold markings all along it. The gold markings make some straight lines and then curve just a little bit to then go back into making a straight line. And near the top and in the center, physically, with, like, the shape of the ship, it makes kind of a gold circle with a line through it, which Nyx knows, and I believe somebody else rolled well enough to... Yes, and that's exactly what appears. I was going to link that image. No. Doing my job for me. And this is exactly what is before you, because the planet in the background is that image is where you are at. But you know that is this symbol of Crimson Dawn, the circle with the kind of line through it.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Hondo kind of says softly, "Not sure what he's doing on Mulanov. There's nothing here." And slowly you approach. You see and hear a little bit of the men, like, hailing it, and you guys just get close, kind of down onto the very bottom, where the airlock on the other side, because the airlock on this side where you guys tumbled through might need a little bit of work.
Oh, if Ash had some downtime, and she definitely did, she fixed that too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's almost compulsory. She's like, this is fucking broken. I gotta fix it. God damn
And
it.
at Hondo's instruction, Ray or Nyx, whichever you desire, he wants to offer the crate that you filled to him personally, and you hear him tell the men to unload the rest when they get on the elevator. They give their affirmations. Yeah, boss. And the ramp lowers. Hondo struts down with you following behind him. Well, actually, this wouldn't be a ramp. Sorry, you guys are coming out of the lift. Hondo's ship side of the airlock door are open, and you can see these these black and gold doors with, like, a circle in the middle open when Hondo steps close, and he kind of struts in. And this room is this kind of waiting area. Not waiting area, what's the word? It's like there is a word for the room that...
A foyer?
Like, where you take your shoes off. Basically a foyer, yes. Very small, and basically all it has is to the left a little, kind of off-center, because this room is also circular, is like a little desk, a little clerk's desk, and a individual in all black armor. This armor it involves it's got this draping, like, kind of coat, but you can see, especially the more combat inclined ones can see that there's definitely, like, some armor underneath this that is meant to protect, and a helmet that is a strange triangle shape and nothing but, like, triangle shaped black visor with, like, the edge of the triangle shape taken up by gold trim, and a gruff voice says, "Check your weapons."
Do I recognize it?
Lore check.
Me needing to take me needing to check is no for the original question I was trying to ask.
Yeah. Oh no, this is not a Mandalorian make.
No, that was not the question.
Oh, okay.
4.
This is not on Brandalorian.
No, the question was, is this from the other place that wears black armor? You know, like the black armor I wear.
No.
Okay.
One would also be waiting next to the elevator, and kind of standing. I will.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Ah, the Kylo friends.
No. No. That's not.
No, wait, no.
I
know who that is. I know who that is. Hold on. I'm an idiot. How did I not see it before? I hate every time I look up his name. I get something else entirely. God. I'm an idiot. It's obviously Vanitas from Kingdom Hearts.
Vanitas Kingdom Hearts.
Do you have a inspiration? Take it away. You don't. Not anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Take one negative inspiration.
I will give him I'll give him the shield and the spear.
I owe you one inspiration.
I will put in my my rifle and my DL-13 pistol.
I didn't take anything with me, so.
Nix, you said you rolled like a 27 or a 23 or whatever?
I rolled a 27, yeah.
Yeah. Kalshin, what did you roll?
Modified 20.
Modified 20. All right. So this is what happens. You all kind of, the armored individual that's next to the elevator gestures for you all to get in after you kind of just set your weapons on the desk, and the guy behind this clerk's desk kind of scoops them up into a box that you see he puts under the desk. And as you each step through, Nix is fine, Hondo's fine, Kalshin's fine, Ash is fine. There is like a soft beep beep at the desk when Raestra walks in, but Hondo gives a wave and is like, "It must be her armor. She's very proud of it, you know. Pure Beskar." He like clangs the front of it, and the
one piece of it that is actually pure Beskar.
You see the one next to it kind of like locked eyes as much as they can in these helmets. So these helmets clearly must be see-through on one side, but they're looking at each other. The one behind the desk just nods once, and the one next to the elevator steps into the elevator with you, hits the topmost button, and and then, and this elevator is like, ride is eerily silent. No fun music on this one.
No jizz?
No. No.
Like, there's like, as we're all like really quiet in this elevator, Nix will just speak up and just go, "No Steely Dan in the modal nodes."
Those guys are over.
Kalshin's gonna pull out his data cube. Play Steely Dan.
I mean, I'm listening. I'm mentally listening to some Snass Noodles. You know, they were.
Play Dan of Steel.
Oh, I love Slice Noodles. The guy. She's
You can
else.
call me Dan.
I thought you hated jizz.
Dan of Steel.
Slice Noodles doesn't sing jizz.
No, she looks at Nix.
I don't hate jizz. I hate the same thing over and over again.
That was not made clear before.
Yeah, and then there's a pause, and she just looks at him and goes, "Yeah, so you hate jizz."
Ooh, at that
Touche.
Even the guard like slowly turns his head towards you, like, "Wow, dang." But it's in that moment the doors open.
Is this an indictment? All jazz sounds the same from a jazz fan? Yes. From an actual fan of jazz music, IRL. All of the jazz that I have found does sort of sound vaguely similar. It's almost like it's a genre of music, but it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Damn, can you believe they all say words in every rap song?
I know. Unfucking believable.
Listen, we play Star Wars.
Rhythm?
In my R&B?
In my R&B.
Well, rap stands for rhythm and poetry, so.
No, the fuck it doesn't. Shut up.
That I was told that, and if it's not true, I was lied to.
You know what? It does now.
Sense.
Fuck you.
It makes sense.
Anyway, the elevator
Sorry,
runs
yes.
Anyway,
over.
Star Wars.
Yeah. There's going to be some description. I will let you guys know when you can interject.
Okay.
Because I had to do research for this, you losers.
You're the one that came up with this. Don't blame us.
You're going to appreciate my hard work whether you like it or not. Shut the fuck up, you ungrateful bitches.
The room before you is circular. Long stretches of windows with circle frames dotting it stretch across large portions of the walls. Directly in front of you, in the center of this room, are some semicircle couches with a low table between them. And past that, at the other side of the room from you, is a desk with a single jet black stone fixture, like a miniature mountain, jutting up from one side, holding the surface up, and even sticking a little bit out of the top. All around you, as you take a step in, are display tables with the most eclectic collection imaginable. The nearest left table to you has 2 mummified heads, small ceremonial-looking chests and urns, and several chunks of tall crystals. One in the center appears to be a jade-colored statue fashioned in a vague humanoid shape. Further up on the left table has large facsimiles of heads and busts with exaggerated features, some oversized gems on stands, and in the center, a translucent blue crystal skull, human in shape and design, but 3 times the size of a normal human head. Further up, flanking the desk on the left, is a little more organized display, housing just a few axe-like weapons sat upright, and in the middle of them, a crimson-red set of Mandalorian armor, though it's only the helmet and the breastplate. The table to the right of the desk has antique navigation devices, spheres with orbiting bands of all size, set up neatly and in kind of a stacked order. The one closest to you on the right is strangely empty. It has stands and a few decorative metal rods around the edge, but it is lacking a centerpiece. Sitting behind the desk is a human-looking man who stands and spreads his arms as soon as you enter. Hondo Anaka, you sly scoundrel. I'm surprised to see you. And delighted. Come. And he gestures with his hands. He has, as you get closer, he's got this auburn-colored hair that's like slicked back in a deep side part. And also, as you get closer, you can see that he has these weird scars, like talons went at his face and left just these gnarly lines vertically down his face. And one of them, the biggest scar, is like actually where his hair parts, and there's a little metal kind of stitch looking thing near his hair at the top of it. He's in a black sort of casual jacket with like, there's a little bit of a kind of V open vest under that's white, but on top of it is this just kind of casual, loosely hanging jacket. And he steps in front of his desk, and Hondo says, "Well, I'm here to make a delivery personally." And he gestures, and you know, who had the crate?
Probably the big scary
Nyx.
Mandalorian and Nyx.
Yeah. Nyx.
Yeah, it was me because I had loaded up, so I had it.
Okay. And when you stepped in, the guard that came with you steps out and takes a position in the right. And as you can see, there are identical looking men in armor and helmets kind of equidistant throughout the circle edge of this room. And there are 6, including this man. And he, when you step forward with the crate, he just gestures for you to set it down.
I will.
And now Justin gets to talk to himself.
I was about to say,
In accents.
Q Raestra just vibrating, just upset, viscerally, deeply.
Nyx will he'll nod at Ray. In kind of just like, I know, I see it too, kind of motion.
Speaking of, make a lore check and you have advantage, Raestra.
You don't say. That is an 11.
11?
Mhm.
Mandalorian helmets have remained the same for a while. The design of the visor, iconic and remaining that way. The breastplate is weird. It's got like a little bit of like what looks like kind of chain mail at the top collar and like weird padding. It is samurai armor for out of character. It looks like a samurai top. With an 11, you know a design like that is antique. It is very old.
She is trying her absolute best. Is she hiding it? Not well.
And so you set the thing down.
Yes.
Hondo says, I was hoping we could discuss the terms of my arrangement after this with... Well, you see there were complications. The crazy dust never showed up. Crazy, I know. Ha. Pun. And...
Can I get a... I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I apologize, Justin. But I was wondering if I can get a beat on how nervous Hondo is right now.
Make an insight check.
5. No.
You would have needed something really high because he has it on right now. He's in his element.
I gotcha.
Not at all. The air of confidence to you. But we made an arrangement, and now a double potion of glitter spice. And he in a graceful bow bend down, he opens the lid for Dryden to see it, and he's rubbing his chin. Yes, well, this is unexpected. God, dude. Brief aside, Star Wars has so many British accents. And Justin has to do them all.
Have fun.
Dryden's is distinct, so...
Much to Justin's chagrin.
When I heard of turmoil on a Coruscant-y operation, I feared I'd never see you again. I'd have to put a bounty on your head. Oh, no. I am a man of my word. I'm many things, but the man of my word is one of them. Yes, I'd even thought maybe you had something to do with it. Oh, you thought I would double cross you? Me? Hondo Anaka? And Dryden just looks at him, and there's a pause, and he's like, you know what, fair, but it's not true.
Okay, fair enough. Got to read on me there.
You got me pinned.
Hondo, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I want to think the best in people. It's how I like to think I've gained such a high position. And he walks over to Hondo and puts an arm around him and is just as if friends were talking, but he's physically pulling him very close. But I'm just left to wonder about the details. Why? For instance, why you appear to me with this peace offering with several people that match the descriptions of who attacked my people in Coruscant. He had stepped over to the middle little coffee table at this point, and he picks up a remote and he hits a button, and there's a holo projector on one of the windows, and it's a feed from one of the droids as it turns around to aim at you all, and then a few moments later, a very uncomfortably close-up shot of Asha as she has pulled it down.
Would it be possible for me to try something?
Oh god.
You probably shouldn't.
I would wait. Let's see how this goes.
let's see how this plays out. Let's see what bullshit
Well,
Hondo can pull first before we jump.
I have a cantrip.
Tell me what you desire. It doesn't have to be yet, but I let us know what you desire.
Well, I wanted to know if I could cast Effect Mind on him. It's an at-will force level. It's an at-will force spell. Basically, he would need to make a Wisdom saving throw, and if he failed, then I'd have an advantage on any Charisma check against him. But if he succeeded, then he wouldn't. The only downside to him succeeding is that he becomes immune to it for a day. He doesn't notice that I tried to use the Force on him.
Is it friends? Does it, after it end, say that they
become hot? No.
Okay, well, interesting. If that's what you desire to do.
Before you pull that trigger, Cal, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Question.
Player Silver.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched Solo yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know
Many
who this
moons
guy
ago.
is.
Dryden Voss, I have a vague memory of who he is.
All right.
I
as long
don't
as you
believe
know
he can
who
use
your
the Force. I'm fairly certain the only one who can is Maul.
That is
Who's
correct.
that?
I just want
I thought that's who we were. I'm so stupid and fucking forgot what year this took place in. I thought that's who we were meeting.
I'll be
Boy, would
honest
that
for a
have been
second.
something.
I mean, he's only CR 1/2. We would have been fine.
It's true.
Again,
It's
being
true.
very generous to Maul.
Maul's stronger than a zombie.
Is he?
So
You sure?
I mean, not by much, but like he is.
I mean, he can get back up after dropping to 0.
This is a lot of aside. I'm going to continue. So, I am going to give you the benefit of the doubt in the form of you have about 30 seconds to tell me why I shouldn't kill you and all these people. And like when he says that, each and every one of these guard kind of in strange unison shing, pull out a sword like it appears in the picture I sent. It's kind of black with a weird fork at the end.
Nyx is not going to engage his gauntlets, but he is going to get into like a ready position just in case.
Raestra's just gonna wait.
Cal will also wait, but I would like to know if this counts as Voss being hostile towards us. Hostile,
Yes.
if you will. Then
They draw their swords on you. I would like to know if this counts as hostility.
no, I mean like
I
for
want to know if
Voss,
this is a vague threat.
for Voss specifically, because he's not actually pointing a weapon at us, but he's, you know.
He literally just said, "Give me a solid reason why I shouldn't fucking kill you." I'm pretty sure it's a threat.
We've both been on Twitter.
I have a question.
Sure.
Did I see a light switch when I
No.
came in here? No? No? Okay.
Nothing obvious. No.
Alright, well, if that's the case, then this
Well, I'm
spell
out
isn't
of
going to work,
ideas.
because the creature needs to not be hostile.
Hostile. Oh yeah, it's an unfortunate. Dryden Voss is displeased.
Cal is going to cast self-destruct then.
No, don't do
that. Hondo takes the, because they're like shoulder to shoulder, Voss's arm around him. Hondo takes his hand that isn't right next to him and like puts it on Voss's chest. He's like, "Listen, you've done business with me for long enough. As far as this footage, I had no idea. These are highly recommended mercenaries that I procured on Coruscant. The timing is suspicious, I do admit, but I had absolutely no idea, and I am appalled. But it has nothing to do with the business we're conducting." He like starts that spiel, and like Voss like puts a finger up to him. All right. And he like turns dramatically to you all. "Tell me who you are then." He looks at each and every one of you like a strange mixed bag of people. "Mandalorian. And that's genuine clone armor. Collectors would pay a pretty penny for that. I don't collect that memorabilia. You first." And he points at Nyx.
I'm going to force whisper to him, "Not your real call number this time."
Literally, I was like,
Real call number this time, dumbass.
I was like legit thinking about actually giving him my number.
No! There are 4 digits! You have so many options!
Ben, you are our stealth specialist. You can't just tell people your real fucking name.
Jabba the Hutt.
Are you joking, or do you actually say that?
I'm joking,
Okay.
obviously.
That wasn't
about to
in
say,
the that
oh
wasn't
boy.
in the accent. It wasn't in character.
You're right. I was oof.
You can't Ezra yourself out of this.
However, I will. Here's my response. In Huttese, I don't speak Galactic Basic.
He sighs when you start speaking Huttese. "I am a bit rusty." And the guard that escorted you and said he loves nice noodles was like, "He says he doesn't speak basic."
Shit!
Convenient. He's gonna roll a deception check. Through the obfuscation of language,
Alright, hold on.
advantage seems a little heavy. Take an extra d4, I guess. I could give that to you. I could do what I want.
Cool, I'll take it. Just 1 sec. I still have an inspiration.
Use it if you need it. Although Justin uses it differently. It's
Well, you guys can choose. It can be advantage on a roll or extra plus equal to your level. So it'd be a +3 in this case.
I think a plus is pretty fair, especially because like later on, once we start leveling up more, that's really gonna add up.
Though when you get to the mid levels, it'll be like a
port and roll,
and you'll be like, I use my inspiration to roll my level.
Oh well.
So it's with a -1 to my deception, I rolled a 16.
A convenient lie like that might work on thugs. You're addressing the head of Crimson Dawn. Tread carefully. And he is looking at you like, try again.
Nyx is kind of through his helmet. He's going to says this. How many guys are in here?
6, not including Dryden.
Yeah.
Outgunned, outmanned.
Outnumbered.
Outplayed.
Yeah.
Though none of them are wielding blasters. They all only have these swords.
Still, we're gonna need an all-out
I
stand.
go by Nyx.
Better. What were you doing attacking my people?
I kidnapped someone that was important to us.
His eyes narrow. There's no visual acknowledgement to that. He just slides his eyes over to who is next, which I will say is Cal.
Nyx goes rigid when he stares at Cal.
My deception's a +2. Could I? He's still considered hostile.
He's got his guys pointing guns at us. I'm pretty sure
Swords.
he is.
I will say that the spell will work if you try it. The spell will go off. That he's not there. You're not actively in a fight mechanically. It's whatever. I'll let it slide if you feel like you want to use that tool in your toolkit.
I need him to make a wisdom saving throw. And I know he's gonna beat it, but still.
Oh no, well,
my save is not high.
What is it?
It's a 13.
13. Normally, I'd have him legendary resist that, but he rolled quite low, so I will take the fate as it was dealt to me. He fails.
All right.
Oh god, he has legendary resistance.
He's a character with plot armor. Of course he does.
His legendary resistance is he gets to live.
So you have advantage on charisma checks with him now. Yeah.
Well, your lordship, my name is Quill Peterson. Come on. You gotta be kidding.
Oh no.
With advantage, that's a 9.
9.
Alright, I'm dead.
Let's see how low he rolls.
Don't worry. I'm gonna go through my other characters and see who I can play as.
Rough.
It'll be fine. This is fine. We're fine. This is fine. We'll do great. It's good.
I could do Lauren Fitz. Ooh, I could do Venterka.
Listen, he narrows his eyes at you, and is what Nick says true? That you attacked my men to save a young Twi'lek girl.
Yes, Your Honor, we did. Your Honor, what? No.
Your Grace. Make a persuasion check now. You have advantage. He's not happy that you lied to him, but now you're setting your record straight.
That's a 12.
12? Cool. He moves on to he moves his eyes onto Ray.
So when he moves to Ray, while he was rigid with Cal, when he moves to Ray, he's gonna passively make a step closer.
Make a stealth check.
What are you doing? Don't fuck this up for us, Ben.
Nyx is very protective.
He's right.
16.
All right.
I keep rolling 16s.
And who are you?
A Mandalorian?
Don't test me. Literally all of you have dodged me.
Don't bash into that.
Ray is not intimidated. She should be, but she's not.
Yeah.
And this is why Nyx got within punching distance.
My name doesn't matter. I'm a hired hand of Hondo Onaka, that's all you need to know.
He, after he did that little outburst, he has, takes 2 deep breaths in, and there's like a little shakiness to them, and his eyes are glaring, but he turns them to Ash finally. Who are you?
So she's not lying. She's just not giving
Yeah.
the first part of her name, but he's not
Yeah.
going to know that. She's not lying.
Yeah.
One more quick thing, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah?
If he even touches her, Nyx is going in for a punch.
You're gonna go right at Dryden Wells.
Nyx will go in for a fucking punch.
Bad
if he
idea.
touches
Justin
You'll
knows
lose.
it's a bad idea.
her. Yes,
Yeah, you'll lose.
I know. Yes, I know. Ben, knows this. Nyx does not.
And is what Hondo and Nick says true?
Yes. All we cared about was the girl. I didn't care at all about your operation on Coruscant.
He takes 2 more breaths in. Sorry, Justin is considering.
Justin's thinking about stuff.
It's tough. It's tough. I have to make a call on a few things. He exhales heavily. The Coruscant crew was sloppy. I admit that. Because of you, I've taken a heavy loss. And now it's messy. And there are loose ends. And he's, when he says loose ends, his hands are crossing to reach into either side of his jacket. And Crimson Dawn does a deal in loose ends. And you see he takes out 2 double-bladed, kind of knuckled... He slipped his knuckles into them. There are knuckle guards on each one of them, but they're like double-bladed daggers that curve in both directions like a boomerang. Like they're basically the size of Batman's batarangs and kind of shaped like them. And he spins around on Hondo, who was watching all this. But that is where we'll stop.
Star Wars First Resistance is a live play Dungeons & Dragons podcast using the Star Wars 5e system, which can be accessed for free at sw5e.com. Our podcast features the player talent of BubblingBrooke as Ashaa-kai, Silver Keyblade as Calchin Phimiir, Ben Lepard as Nyx, HitenNoRuroni as Raestra Akkan, and this Justin as the Game Master. You can find links to our social medias in the description. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please, we would love it if you left a positive review, commented, and shared this with your friends. We can't thank you enough for listening to us goof around and tell stories, and we hope you'll join us on next episode. Until then, may the Force be with you.